Hello to all my fellow aspiring public relations practitioners. My name is Lindsay Falgu, and I'm going to give an overview of the public relations theory, situational theory of publics. We have to start off with a shout out to James E. Grunig, because it's thanks to him that we have this incredible theory. A theory that aims to define an audience of an organization in a way that helps public relations practitioners predict how different groups of people will seek and absorb information. The situational theory of publics works to explain why people communicate and when they are most likely to do so. This is especially helpful in PR research to help practitioners determine when and which communication methods are most likely to be effective. So we start off here with our organization and the general public. Our first task here to utilize this theory is to divide the general public into categories between stakeholders and publics. Now hold on, what is a stakeholder and what is a public? Stakeholders are general categories of people who are affected by the decisions made by our organization. These can include consumers, employees, investors, etc. Within each of these stakeholder categories are different types of publics, our situational publics. A public is a specialized group that arises when organizations make consequential decisions that have an effect on this group of people, thus creating our situation. These now define publics and their communication behaviors split them further into active and passive publics. Our active publics are those who are aware of a change created by the organization's decision and organize to either take action either for or against it, while passive publics recognize the change but will not take action. These active and passive communication behaviors are affected by the extent of the public's problem recognition, the detection that something should be done about a situation and the consideration of a solution, constraint recognition, the perception of obstacles that affect one's ability to take action, and level of involvement, the extent to which people connect themselves with the situation. Now throw it back to middle school science because these three variables are your independent variables. The extent to which a public has problem recognition, constraint recognition, and level of involvement affects the dependent variables of active and passive communication, which gives us our different publics that react to communication methods in different ways. Now, the situational theory of publics plays an essential role in American democracy. For example, a public official could bring forth a change proposing a higher minimum wage. In order to determine how different publics will react and whether there will be action taken against the proposal, one must decide to what extent the different publics have been affected by the three independent variables discussed before. Whether they have recognized the problem of the minimum wage and have considered how to fix it, whether they have perceived obstacles that prevent the proposal from being successful, and how connected they are with the situation. Specifically, this individual citizen, who may be working for minimum wage currently, would be way more connected to the issue and have recognized the problem if they are facing it in their lives, which would result in more action.